today's top story that I'm looking at is the political crossfire that's broken out over the Rohingya refugees, thousands of them who've come to the country, but particularly to the national capital. It was on Wednesday morning, dramatically, that the Union Housing Minister Hardeep Puri suggested that Rohingya refugees were going to be moved into flats for economically weaker sections in the national capital. And this sparked off a controversy because remember, the official BJP line has been to treat them as illegal immigrants who need to be deported right away, not given the security that in a way Hardeep Puri as minister was promising them by suggesting that they would be then kept in flats. So that was where it all started off. Within hours, the Home Ministry had reacted. Amit Shah has taken a very strong stand right through on Rohingya refugees, and Mr. Shah made it very clear, or his office made it very clear, that there was no question of giving any refugee status to the Rohingyas. The Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi is being blamed for the original plan to create flats for the Rohingyas. They in turn are blaming the centre. And caught in the crossfire are Rohingyas, who have in a way run away from Myanmar to avoid persecution and are living virtually on the margins of society. And therefore the question arises, when people come running away from persecution to your country, do you or not treat them as refugees, or are they to be treated as illegal immigrants and packed off into detention centers? Listen to what Shashi Tharoor, who long before he was a Congress MP was Under Secretary General at the United Nations, had to say. And his words, to my mind, ring true. We have a duty to uphold the principles of international law. You don't send refugees back to countries where they fear persecution. I am shocked by the attitude of Home Ministry in overruling what I believe was the right statement made by Mr. Puri. We have had Christians, Parsis, Sri Lankan Tamils, people from various backgrounds come to India. So why only Rohingyas? Is it only because they are Muslims? Now, this is where the contentious question comes, and we saw this play out during the Citizenship Amendment Act as well, where there were questions, when do you embrace people as refugees? If they are Pakistani Hindus, if they are Afghani Hindus and Sikhs, or if they are Rohingya Muslims from coming in from Myanmar or route from Bangladesh. That's a question that the Indian political establishment needs to answer, because across the world, refugees are today embraced and in a way have become symbols of a more inclusive society. Can we do that with the Rohingyas? And central to that is, what is the Indian state and our civilizational heritage about? Is it, as we've seen through the centuries, accommodating, embracing people like the Parsis, like several other communities who've come into the country fearing persecution in their own land? Think about it. That is my deep take on Newsmo.
For more informative videos like this, keep watching India Today Newsmo.